there. You have to be able to do those partnerships. The digital ID verification system, NIRA, we all know that one of the biggest issues is the national ID in Uganda, yeah? So Friday, you know that that is one of the biggest things that has been there. Then we get into it and say, okay, what does this mean? How can we do this so that the whole industry gets to benefit from it? Because we actually take a market systems approach. What does that mean? We are interested in making change at the market system, not just as an individual, because we believe when we make a change at the market system level, it will spread out and it will be sustainable. If you go into policy and make a change there and then enforce it, you can just imagine how much impact it will have. So we are also very, very big on research. We did COVID studies, and that birthed so many programs, even government programs. Even government comes to ask, we are the lead in FinScope studies. We are the ones who, and right now we are actually in the field collecting data for the next FinScope. And FinScope is really a brand for all FSDs. When you go to any FSD, FinScope, in each country, it's FSD. It's one of the things that we can't run away with. It's the reason we exist. So we also do baseline studies. We did a baseline assessment of the microinsurance needs of informal traders in Uganda. So those are some of the examples of what we do under research. Then, passionate, of course. When we look at our unserved populations, it's about access and usage of financial services. People should be able to access financial services, and they should be able to use these financial services. So what are the reasons, what are the bottlenecks that are stopping them from actually accessing? So that there we are talking about innovative products. What are the new products that can be brought into the market that can serve women specifically? Because we know that these are different dynamics, yeah? A woman, a product that I am able to consume is not the same product that a woman in Rivirizi can consume. You get what I mean? So deep dive, it's not enough to have a woman's product now. No, you have to go deep down to say which woman are you actually targeting. And that is why we talk about innovative products. We design them together with the MFI and then pilot and then scale. If it makes sense, if they're adopting that product, then we scale it together with the MFI. And when we scale that product, we bring it to the whole industry to say, look, this worked in Western Uganda. Why wouldn't you adopt this in also other regions? So,
Caroline, is this real money that you give or services?
Is this what?
Real money that you give to a particular woman to help
access? No, we don't give services, but we bring them closer. We bring them closer to the woman, or we design products that fit into their persona, so to say. Yeah, because they do not access these financial services because, for example, where they live, the distance between where they live and where the financial institution is too big. They can't travel there. They don't have money to go there. Or two, we know that women mainly they work at home. Even the small businesses they have, the woman I'm talking about, not me, the woman I'm talking about works at home. Even if she has a business, it's at home. She does not have time to go to the trading center to do banking. So how can you support her to actually get banking services from wherever she is? She has to take care of her family. She has to, her husband has to come when she's at home. You know what I mean? Or maybe not. Yeah, so...
No, but I go back to the question.
Yeah.
What does it mean, provide access, which is a system, compared to a micro loan? Is it real money that you provide to a real person?
Not FSD.
Okay.
We work with MFIs.
Okay.
It is the MFI to provide the loan, because that is the leads in that business. Oh, okay. Today, at this time I did well. Yeah, so lastly, I also want to talk about the recovery fund. MSE is Micro and Small Enterprises Recovery Fund. That is a program FSD is running in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation. It's a 5-year program. And this is what we do. This is how we work with MFIs on that specific program. We provide liquidity to the MFI. When we conducted the the COVID studies, we actually realized one of the biggest problems that MFIs have is the cost of capital. They have to pay a lot of interest to get capital. So that influences the capital, the interest rate that they charge the client. Oh my God, you can be amazed on the rates. So we said, okay, fine, let's liquidate, let's provide liquidity to these MFIs. And in return, we have to negotiate. Of course, they have operational costs. We can't say give them at 0%, yeah? So we negotiate and they reduce the cost of credit, yeah? So that is what we do. We do support different institutions. Right now we have about, we are hitting 24 institutions that we are working with there. Something else that we do, and I'm proud to say Hofocam is one of our partners, and also Ibosako is one of our partners under this recovery fund. So we also support in building resilience of financial service providers through digitization. We are interested, digitization is big, but we are saying, let's look at the loan processing, the loan process, workflows, where do you have a breakdown? Because digitization is actually big. It's what is supposed to help the MFIs actually do things better. We want to create efficiencies. So we look at your loan process and see where the gaps are. How best can we support you? It's not a big fund, but at least something that can support them to make it more efficient. That's why I'm excited about, and we will talk about it, about your area of support in terms of technology. Yeah. So we also support, link the tier 3 and tier 4 institutions to credit reference bureau services to manage their credit risk. Yep. It is a new phenomena not very new, but ideally new, and it is not yet regulated for the tier 4 institutions. So we are saying, how can we support them, even to put their data together? What kind of data are you sending to the Credit Reference Bureau before we even start making sense of that data? Because you'll be amazed, making sense of the data is something now we have gotten into, and institutions are really getting value for their money in terms of that. So we offer technical assistance. We do due diligence for these institutions. Out of the due diligence, we identify, gaps, areas of improvement for their systems, governance, human resource management, policies and procedures, safeguarding issues. Yeah, and we also do technology advisory. Like I said, most of our institutions, we got to learn that it's not enough to just say, we want to give you technology. So what? They don't even know. Most of them are struggling with negotiating contracts with technology providers. They're having big challenges to know even what kind of technology to take on. They don't know that it depends on the size of your business. How are you going to expand? What is the lifetime of this technology? Who is providing this? It is something that we take for granted, but it's actually a big thing. And with our MFI. So we do technology advisory, we do gender advisory. We want them to target women, but who are the women? They don't even know. Is it supposed to be different? To them it's not different. A product is a product, but it's actually different. So the best we can do is to support them to actually understand how do you market to women. How you do market to women is completely different from how you market. How do you communicate to a woman? We all know, I think they were talking about there, about the group loans, that you can only find women when you do group loans. That is one of the biggest products, when you do group loans. And then when you do group loans, women trust themselves better. They can only, when you do have a referral program, that is when you can be able to get women, you see. That is not the same with men. You get what I mean? So we have a gender specialist who is going to be able to support these MFIs to understand, yeah? And when we do that, we are seeing a lot of impact. We know that, for example, there is a GROW program by the World Bank. It's called the GROW program. The World Bank is coming with a program similar to that, but most of the institutions, the MFIs that are working under the Recovery Fund, are finding it very easy to write their proposals. Why? Because now they have a women portfolio, which they did not have before. And they're beginning to understand. They sit in the room and talk about women, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. So yeah, that is what we do in a nutshell. I could spend the whole day, but
No. Two things.
yeah.
Who is we? How many people do you directly employ, or how many people you ask to do things for you?
FSD Uganda has about, we are less than 20 staff. Yeah. Time over. We are less than 20. This is now AOB, I guess. We are less than 20 as if, but we work a lot with consultants, with associations, with MFIs. How we work is when we go to an MFI, we do not want to get into the business of the MFI. We allow them to do what they are. We provide advisory. We allow them to do what they are experts at. It's not good to go into a circle and start telling them, change this, change this. No. They have to understand it and they have to believe in it.
Are we witness to that?
Yeah.
Right.
You're in this group?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've missed a lot.
Then
Yeah, you say two things, that's one.
Mosisa is Ethiopian, James is Kenyan. Is there an FSD Kenya? Is there an FSD Ethiopia that they can address?
I actually asked him yesterday. There is FSDU Kenya,
Yeah.
there is FSDU Africa, but it sits in Kenya.
And
I don't think
Ethiopia, I'm going to check about that, but maybe not. No, yes. What the thing is, sometimes they are not called FSD. Like in South Africa, you find Finmark Trust, but it's FSD. They just don't use that name. Even in Rwanda, it's called something different. But I should be able to check about that. Yeah. But even if there is no FSD in your country, FSD Africa kind of covers that. Yeah. But FSD Africa sits in Kenya. So James, we talked about this yesterday. You should be able to, yeah. But we do collaborations, especially with FSD Kenya. We actually have programs that cut across. Yeah, FSD Kenya supports Uganda programs and the other way around. Yeah.
So I have a
Question? Yeah?
The Fox.
The Fox. This
Thank
is
you,
mine.
Caroline.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You have a question?
Do a deeper engagement.
Yeah.
Time allowing.
Yeah, there was so little time. Yeah, but thank you for being a good audience.
Have coffee break now.
Coffee break indeed.
Yeah, it's
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Where do you come from? In the sense, what is your background?
As in background, finance.
Like in Agri, or you're a lawyer, or
I am a social scientist and a project manager. I'm a social scientist.
Ah, okay.
But I have a lot of experience in banking.
Yeah.
Social projects.
You're enthusiastic.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of